Tonight, we continue to look at the state of our schools across Arizona.
And we are looking at diversity in the classroom. Our political editor, Dennis Welch, takes a look at the numbers.
And we've seen the demographics in Arizona change over the years. Right now, there are more Hispanic kids in the public school system than any other group in the state. But when it comes to teachers, that is not the case.
This question should look very familiar from yesterday.
Just an average day at Copper Canyon High School.
We plug it into the function that's given.
But the woman standing in front of the class, not the average teacher.
Sine over cosine times 1 over x, because if you're dividing by x, it's the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal, right?
It's not the fact that Sandra Wellworth teaches calculus that makes her an exception. It's her background that makes this math teacher somewhat of a statistical anomaly in the Arizona classroom.
Growing up, English was my second language, so I had to learn how to speak English. I remember being in just a Spanish-speaking class in kindergarten in my first grade, and then learning how to speak English. All right, guys, next station.
Her mother is from El Salvador, her father from Guatemala, which makes her one of the few Hispanic teachers in Arizona. Of Arizona's 1.1 million public school students, Hispanics now represent the largest block of kids at 45%. At the same time, Hispanics make up just 12% of teachers in the classroom. And for students of color in Wellworth's class, seeing a teacher who looks like them makes a world of difference.
It lets me look up to the person and see if they can make it, then I can too.
Studies suggest teachers of color can improve academic outcomes for students of color, like reducing dropout rates, or as this study from Johns Hopkins University suggests, academic improvement is a result of minority teachers setting higher standards for their minority students.
I think I just have high expectations for them, and I just expect them to do I expect them to try their best.
But a lot of improvements come down to students having someone that they can relate to on a personal level, who share their same experiences.
A lot of them knew the situation a lot of kids were in. I mean, a lot of teachers did grow up like that or had the same problem or even worse.
I do think it's a strength because I can relate to them. I know where they're coming from, and I can picture where they're coming from pretty much.
So what can be done to diversify the teaching ranks? Overall, the state is trying to recruit more teachers. The governor did approve a 20% teacher pay raise, but Wellworth says the pay hike just isn't good enough.
So I think pay is a big thing. I also think just being able to see the difference you can make in students, because if you grow up with similar backgrounds as them and you got out of that situation, out of those struggles, helping them, I think that's your way to give back to the community. So being able to show that teachers can do that, I think is going to be very helpful.
And school officials stress to me that they try to hire a teaching staff that mirrors the community that they serve, while also hiring the most qualified and available instructors. In the newsroom, Dennis Welch for Arizona's Family.